Salut à tous les amis, on est de retour encore une fois pour un nouveau gameplay sur la chaîne. On est sur Xbox Series S. C'est un jeu qui est disponible dans le Game Pass. Et il s'agit de Return to Grace. Alors c'est un jeu qui est pas très long. C'est un petit jeu narratif, comme vous le savez, les jeux narratifs on en fait pas mal sur la chaîne. Donc c'est parti, let's go. Alors j'espère qu'il y a des sous-titres en français ou quoi que ce soit, parce que sinon ça va être très compliqué. Alors, ok, sous-titres oui, dialogue oui, j'espère qu'il y a des sous-titres français quand même, hein. Alors, let's go. C'est parti. Alors j'ai pas vu de sous-titres français. Normalement ça devrait faire. Ah d'accord. Attendez, là par contre, s'il n'y a pas de sous-titres français, ça va pas le faire là. Attends, c'est quoi ça encore? Non, c'est une blague, c'est qu'un jeu qu'en anglais, c'est une blague. C'est une blague. C'est un jeu uniquement en anglais. Non mais décidément, les jeux, ils en ont rien à foutre de notre gueule, hein, les Français, nous, hein, c'est un truc de dingue. Mais bon, d'accord. Bah, tant pis pour vous, les amis, ce sera qu'en anglais. Eh bah, décidément, c'est de pire en pire.
Stick's not responding. Can you take control?
The storm is interfering with my senses.
Hold on.
Impact in 10, 9, oh there it is. Addie? Addie, please respond.
Everything hurts.
You've been out for nearly an hour.
What's our status, Alan?
We've crashed.
Yeah, I got that.
My hull is intact. Thrusters 2 and 4 are damaged and will require realignment.
So will my back. Can you let me out?
Not before we talk about your suit.
Okay, talk.
I'm reading green on seals, green on batteries. Thermals are, well, not green, but fine, and you have 5.35 hours of oxygen. Maybe 6 if we run the scrubbers hot. But Addie, we've had this discussion before. You won't have
Alan,
enough to...
It's fine. I have a plan.
I'm concerned that...
I have a plan.
Understood.
Now, open the hatch.
The canopy hydraulics are not responding. You'll have to pull the manual release.
Ok. Alors, je suis censé m'échapper de là. Et je trouve ça vraiment bizarre qu'il n'y ait même pas... de truc en français, quoi. Enfin, c'est complètement débile.
Seriously. This stupid piece of junk.
I'm right here.
Ugh. Visibility's terrible. Any sign of the spire?
I'm not picking up anything new, just the original beacon signal. You'll need to use your wayfinder to locate an entry point, if there is one.
All right. Let's
Donc,
figure
à
out
mon
where
avis,
you're
je dois
at,
aller vers le
Grace.
point.
You know the beacon could be anything. A lost colony, a relay station.
200 distinct oral histories can't be wrong, Alan. Grace is here.
Ok.
I can't believe this storm. Where would this have come from?
There is record of ancient terraforming on other moons. I think it's safe to assume that Ganymede is not an exception.
There's something man-made here.
Examine.
Looks like a weather station, or maybe a seismic station. It looks the era of that relay from the Dawes Sea dig. It's at least 700 years old, Alan.
Ok.
There's a little bridge here. There wouldn't be much sense of building this if we weren't within walking distance of the spire.
By all estimates, the beacon is within 400 meters.
This looks climbable.
Ok.
Which way here?
Ah, il y a deux endroits différents là. Ouais, je pense que c'était la même chose. Hein. Ouais. C'était pareil. Je sais pas s'il y a des collectibles à ramasser, mais bon. Aïe aïe!
Yep, there goes the back again.
What happened?
Fell into a stupid fissure. Looking for a new way to reach the spire. Or at least someplace where it will be easier to find my body.
On avance tout doucement. Désolé, hein, il n'y a pas de sous-titres en français, alors je sais pas si vous aurez des sous-titres, ou si vous avez eu des sous-titres, si vous avez fait le jeu. Mais moi j'ai pas de sous-titres français. Pas grave, hein, tant pis, on va essayer de faire du mieux qu'on peut. Hein.
Looks a little tight. It's opened up again.
Ah, on était là.
Another station.
Ah non,
Too
c'était
close
pas la
together
même.
to be weather stations.
So seismic then. Icequakes would be the risk of building here. So it makes sense they would track activity. The surface temperature is dropping. We can't maintain your thermals much longer.
We're close. I can feel it.
I wish I shared your optimism.
On avance, on avance. Alors c'est un jeu qui est pas très long, hein, je vous l'avais dit, hein, c'est un jeu qui dure en moyenne 3 heures.
This has to be it.
Donc on va voir...
What are you seeing, Addie?
I'm looking at what must be the spire superstructure.
Infiltrer la... Ok. Alors, à mon avis on peut pas passer par là.
There's a destroyed surface ladder. I'll need to find another way in.
On va essayer de tourner et faire tout le tour. Hein.
I can't imagine how something this big has gone undetected for this long.
A 500-year-old storm?
I don't know.
Peut-être en montant par là.
Doesn't seem possible. I can see.
Hop là.
Did you make it, Addie?
I'll let you know in 1 sec.
Allez, monte.
I'm in. All right,
Alors
Grace.
ce jeu, je vous le dis, je le connaissais
Find
pas.
out what you've been
J'en ai
up to
entendu
for the
parler
past 900 years.
rapidement. Mais c'est un jeu que... Bon, je me suis dit, j'adore les jeux narratifs, vous savez très bien, j'en fais beaucoup des jeux narratifs sur la chaîne. Je me suis dit, je choisirai un jeu narratif qui est assez intéressant, on va dire. Qui est pas trop long, histoire de voir un peu à quoi ça ressemble. Donc voilà.
Hope my light still works.
Ok, la lampe torche, c'est bon.
You should see this spooky tunnel I'm in, Alan.
And why would I want that?
Come on, you're not excited?
You crash-landed me in a frozen hellscape and left me for salvage.
10 years of research, not to mention 6 months of spaceflight, are about to pay off.
But at what cost?
Don't ruin this for me.
Boum.
Looks like a bit of a labyrinth, but I'm still
Je
picking
suis
up the
pas trop
signal
fan des
ahead.
labyrinthes, moi.
And you can still hear me?
Loud and clear, buddy.
Ok. Localiser la
Structure looks
source.
to be in decent condition.
Another good sign.
Everything about this place looks 30th century to me. It's the right era, the right size.
Don't say it, Addie. We've had our hopes dashed before.
Je sais pas où je vais, hein. J'avance, mais je sais pas où je vais. Je sais même pas si c'est par là qu'il fallait aller. Mais j'avance.
These can't be powered. Must be airflow in the tunnels. Oh, I have to say, there's more atmosphere than I was expecting.
Not nearly enough to survive.
This one's broken. I think I can crawl through. Jeez. That's gotta be over 15 meters.
And if gravity here is 1/6 of that on Earth, then a 15-meter fall here would be the equivalent of falling less than 3 meters.
Math. It's probably fine.
I could calculate outcome probabilities based on previous drop impacts if...
Toi, tu
you've
sautes de
already
15
jumped
mètres au
that.
calme, toi.
Gosh, I hope this is the right way. Oh boy, this is slick.
Oui. Ouf.
Whoa.
Are you hurt, Addy?
I'm working on it. The structure is enormous. This has to be the Grey Spire, Alan.
And there it is. The perfect setup for disappointment.
I found the beacon. The transmitter is on some sort of console.
It must be part of a control network for the megastructure.
You think we can make a connection here?
Theoretically. If you run a scan, I can attempt to connect.
Ok, se connecter avec un.
The interface language is quite old and sophisticated, but we should be able to calibrate your computer to interact. You can use your gyroscope to sync with the terminal. I have the first calibration position. The meter will indicate when you are close. Watch the meter closely.
Non, mais je sais, merci, c'est ce que j'essaie de faire.
To find the position.
Voilà, ça me rappelle, comment il s'appelle le jeu qu'on avait fait là.
First position is locked. Second calibration
Le jeu qu'on avait fait là, Moons of Madness. Qui était dans le même délire là où il fallait récupérer. Enfin, trouver la bonne chose là. Alors. Voilà.
That's two, and here's the final position.
Ok, dernière position.
That's it. We're in.
Ok.
Accessing the network now. Oh,
Oui, merde. Ah bah ça part.
Shit. Alan, you there? Alan?
Hello.
Ah!
Peter. Let's have a look.
Where's Alan? Who is this?
Who is this? Who are you? Entering a home without knowing its host.
Are you... Grace?
Good question. I'm not entirely Grace. I'm running on just a small part of her logic processing.
Grace is still here.
And what brings you here?
My name is Adamari Ito. I'm an explorer.
I must apologize, Adamori. It would appear I have lost much of my capacity. I cannot see very far beyond the room we are in.
I've lost connection with my ship's AI.
You won't need Alan here. I can show you around.
Will you be able to let me out of this room?
Of course. But until we are able to restore power to the station, I will require your assistance. There should be a manual winch set in the floor at the foot of one of the sliding doors.
S'échapper de la salle. Je veux bien, mais par où?
hinged floor grate at the foot of one of the doors.
Hein?
The winch is set in the floor below one of the doors. You'll have to look below each door. I'm not certain which has the manual winch.
J'essaie de fouiller au max. Ah là.
This must be it.
Working the winch will open the door.
Do you know where Grace has been all this time?
Grace went somewhere?
She's been gone for hundreds of years.
I am running on a very old server. My memories predate the completion of the Grace Spire.
Grace ushered in humanity's golden age. Peace across the system, booming interplanetary trade, scientific marvels, colonies beyond the orbit of Neptune. And then she was gone, and it all fell apart.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Well, you're a lot more than an archaeologist usually gets.
C'est bon, non? Ah, il faut que je le fasse plusieurs fois. Ok. Mais il faut que je le monte jusqu'à où? Je peux pas monter jusqu'en haut aussi? Bah apparemment si. Je sais pas où ça va monter là, le truc, mais... Ah si, c'est jusqu'en haut. Ok.
The first step to restoring Grace is to bring the Spire's power station back online.
Let's do it.
I'll light the way.
What do I do here?
This is a security panel. I am decrypting the pattern now. Ah, yes. Simple enough. You'll need to light up 9 buttons, forming a square at the center of the panel.
Okay. The 9 buttons in the center.
That is what I said.
If you're not Grace, then what do I call you?
I don't believe there are any identification strings in my base logic that would suffice.
I'll call you Logic then. For now. Till we have a better
Je sais pas
idea
ce qu'il
of
faut
who
que
you are.
je fasse,
And,
mais...
you can call me Addie.
J'ai plus
I
là où
will
c'est les
refer
jeunes,
to
quoi.
you as Addie, then, until we have a better idea of who you are.
Non? Faut que je fasse quoi?
Do they not have squares where you are from?
Just give me a second.
Attends.
Light only the 9 lights at the direct center of the panel. You need to toggle the other lights off.
Je comprends pas.
Light only the 9 central squares.
Quoi? 1, 2, 3, 4...
Light only the 9 central squares.
On est 9 quoi? Juste le 9ème quoi? J'ai pas compris.
Light only the 9 central squares.
Attends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Est-ce que c'est dans l'ordre ou
Light
pas?
only the 9 central squares.
Non. Bon là je vois pas du tout. On va essayer de faire un truc assez simple.
Light only the 9 central squares.
Ouais, 2 secondes. On va essayer de faire ça. On va essayer tout. Hein. Ah bah voilà, c'était ça, d'accord.
So what exactly are you?
The station's emergency server had defaulted to Grace's original logic processing. That's me, as you've suggested. The server can also run a program dedicated to the control of infrastructure, and a third system dedicated solely to empathizing with and understanding humans. When power is restored, Grace's primary servers should come online, and we will become some small part of Grace's consciousness.
This looks like metallic rock.
The power station is set into the spire's foundation stone.
The foundation stone would have been an asteroid, right?
Most certainly. About 50 cubic kilometers, from what I can recall.
Amazing. Most accounts of Grace's origins talk about an asteroid being pulled from the heavens. That makes sense. There wouldn't be any construction resources on Ganymede and nothing to anchor the structure. I can't imagine the effort it would have taken to redirect an asteroid that big. We don't do anything like that today. Can you open this?
With some difficulty. I will need to direct power from logic to control processing. And I will not function at the same cognitive level until full power is restored.
What do you mean, at the same level?
Good luck, Addie.
You still there?
Where would I have gone?
Putain, c'est
You
énorme
sound a
ici.
little different.
Just stronger. The voice of control resonates through the very walls of the structure. I shall start the turbine after you prime the generators that open the spillway.
And this turbine still works?
It worked before, and it will work again. You shall find the generators on the platform at the other side of the room.
Alrighty. What's the crane for?
Go to the 3 generators overlooking the turbine.
J'essaie d'explorer un petit peu tout.
You know what's in these?
Enough, Addie. You must go to the generators.
They're cartridges. For what, I wonder?
For the last time, go to the generators.
Ok, ouais, j'ai le droit d'explorer aussi, non? Je suis là pour ça, non?
These look like holding tanks. How exactly do these turbines work?
Why do you insist on being so insolent? Go to the generators.
Oh, il va se calmer le bilouk, là.
You must prime the generators first.
Ah, ok.
Makes sense.
Oh là là. Il y a vraiment un barnum bizarre. Hein.
What happened here? Someone ripped this apart. These look like crystal core processors. Amazing. You couldn't find the material to build one of those today. So, why do you need me to start these?
Tradition. A time-honored failsafe of including human hands in the operation of this station.
Ouais, il y en a 3 des...
So, do you share memories with the logic processor?
Indeed, we are all part of Grace. Aspects of her infinite power. Shadows of what was, and promises of what will be. I was the light that shone in the darkness. I was the hand that divided the firmament.
Je sais pas, j'allume les 3, on va voir. Ouais, ça allume.
The turbine has failed us.
That's not good.
I must call upon you to cast out the wicked instrument.
The what?
The broken turbine. You must go to it now.
Alright.
Ouais. À mon avis, il faudra aller dans la machine là-haut, là. Peut-être. Non, je peux même pas monter. alors il faut que je retourne dans les machines là-bas au fond. Parce que là je peux pas aller nulle part. Ouais, il faudrait que j'active une des machines là-bas au fond, je crois. Pas ici. Non, même pas là. Non? Bah alors comment je fais? Là je peux plus, là je peux plus, là je peux plus. Bon. Peut-être il faut que je remonte tout en haut de l'autre côté. Parce que là je vois pas d'issue. Hein. Ok.
Going down. I'm safe to be down here, right?
You shall not be harmed. You must uncouple the safety latches.
That sounds unsafe.
It is not. You must now go to the magnetic crane.
Hein?
You're sure I'll be able to fix this?
If you trust in my word, yes.
Ah, peut-être là-haut. Peut-être on peut monter cette fois. Non? Ouais.
You must first cast out the old turbine.
Bon, mais ça, j'ai pas compris, je suis pas débile.
Now cast aside the wretched unit.
Ok. Ça, on va le mettre là. Et on va prendre l'autre et on va le mettre à sa place.
Now you shall place the new turbine.
C'est bon, je suis pas con non plus, hein. Et hop, dans la boîte.
Everett?
Hello?
Everett, is that you?
Grace?
Everett.
Behold my power.
What's happened?
I am reborn. Humanity will once again flourish in the brightness of my glory.
This isn't right. Our processing has not combined. Grace has not been restored.
I think she was here for a moment. She was calling to someone. Do you know who Everett is?
No. With power restored, my mind is clearer, sharper. But I could not tell you who Everett is.
You must leave this place at once. Return to your vessel and spread word of my return. From Sol's fiery core to the icy Kuiper expanse, all must know.
I've hijacked the volume control. I don't feel like this is going to be a short commandment. We'll see how long before he notices.
It took me nearly a year to get here. I want to know if Grace can be brought back.
There is more complex to explore if you head back to the control room through which you entered. We should determine where in the megastructure my central processors are located. Perhaps along the way you may learn more about this Everett.
I forbid you to linger a moment longer.
And he's back.
Like a divine comet, dive from the outer reaches and spread light and understanding to the inner
Please.
worlds.
I'm not leaving.
Yet more insolence.
Oui. Et je suis censé faire quoi là? Je suis censé repartir? Il me donne même pas d'objectif, je suis censé faire quoi moi?
So, are there any accounts as to why Grace was shut down in the first place?
There's no electronic record at all. That would have been lost during the Great Dark Age.
Dark Age?
Much of humanity's record keeping would have been managed by Grace. So, when she went down 900 years ago, so did the ability to record what happened. The research that led me here was based on oral histories mostly, and some artifacts we uncovered on Earth and Mars. Relay devices that were once connected to Grace's network.
Then we share an interest in shedding light on this Dark Age.
Bon, je retourne en arrière, on va voir. Hein.
From what I can tell, there is some sort of transit system on the other side of the control room, which should lead you to the other parts of the spire. I will illuminate the door leading to this transit system.
Peut-être aller de l'autre côté, non?
Alas, I require your nimble fingers again.
Alright, what's the pattern?
Another easy one. The Phoenician letter Tau.
Who would know that?
I don't know. Perhaps an archaeologist? How about the Greek letter Chi?
On va tout éteindre, je sais pas c'est lequel là.
The Roman numeral 10?
Okay, okay.
Ah, 10, ok d'accord. Bon, 10 en anglais c'est un X. Hein. Donc ça va être 10, d'accord, on a compris. Hop. 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 Hop.
Got it.
This is not the way to your ship.
Do you believe Grace could have done something to cause humans to turn on her?
Like what?
Like becoming too overbearing?
Humans would have been given no reason to question my bearing.
It's one of my theories, yes. This must be the main entrance. I'm guessing the landing pad is on the other side of the big doors?
That's correct, Addie. Though the pad appears to be buried under meters of ice.
What are these for?
They appear to be terminals for processing visitors to the spire, but they no longer store any useful information.
Ouh, les trucs égyptiens, j'adore moi.
This looks Olympian or Neo-Egyptian. The triangle must represent the spire. Beautiful, don't you think?
Does it matter if it's beautiful?
That's another way to see it, sure. Cool statue. Or maybe it's a mobile. Do the little moons move?
Perhaps at one point in time, though I'm not sure of the relevance of that.
Just curious. Is this an airlock?
Yes, the spire beyond this point can be pressurized. I assume your suit has limited oxygen?
I have about 5 hours left.
That's quite a risk you're taking. Were you assuming station life support could be restored?
Well, can it?
I believe so. But for reasons I'll never understand, life support is controlled by empathy processing. I suppose they had to give it something to do. I will enable that programming now.
Hello, Addie.
Hello. So you're going to get oxygen going?
The process has already begun, my friend. No rush. If you let me accompany you along the path ahead, I can balance the environment to your life force as we walk.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Wow. How are these plants still intact?
They must have been subject to a very sudden drop in temperature while still alive.
What is this place?
Remaining connected to one's natural world is important for a person's well-being. A fitting starting point for those entering the structure, don't you think? Do you see them, Addie? Life in perfect stillness? The flowers defying the hoarfrost, as you have defied the emptiness of space to arrive here.
I guess.
Which one are you?
Pardon me?
Which one of these blooms best embodies your spirit?
Seriously?
It's important I know these things in the balancing of illuminatory ergonomics.
Fancy words do not make this any less idiotic.
Do you recognize any of the objects in this section of the garden? I'd love to know what you think of them. For the calibration process.
This must be Terra Classical, or made in the style.
The ancient Greeks boarded their ships and set out to explore the world, to discover its gods and conquer its monsters. You are an explorer, Addie. But are you here to meet a god or to slay some beast, I wonder?
Am I doing this right?
You are doing splendidly.
I'm sorry. This cannot possibly be necessary.
Temperature preferences can vary considerably
tu parles trop,
between
meuf, hein.
individuals. Careful calibration is essential.
How about above freezing and we proceed?
It's really up to Addie. If you don't wish to consider more objects, I can set the temperature within a survivable range, and you can move on to the flower bed next to the stairs.
Is this a lantern?
An expression of our certainty in the flow of time.
How so?
A craftsman spent months carving this remarkable device based on the absolute certainty that after day, night would follow.
All right, I follow.
What's the point of this, Addie?
I'm an explorer. I'm here to learn. I have no idea what this is. A weapon or a tool of some kind?
It's a device for working metal. Why do you suppose it's in this garden, Addie?
It could be a symbol of hard work.
An industrious future? Or a laborious past, perhaps? You're not a planner, are you?
I've been told that. This statue could be outer colonial. It's simple, but it's quite beautiful, I guess.
And why would its beauty matter?
People like pretty things.
A human truth spanning thousands of years. What would you say these objects have in common?
They're artifacts from long before the building of the station.
The things we leave behind say something about us, don't they?
What a society leaves behind is all we have in understanding how they lived.
But we're interested in what you were willing to leave behind in order to come here.
Haven't left a whole lot.
Décrivez juste le truc, hein, ça sert à rien de faire un speech pour 2 heures pour juste un truc, hein, franchement, c'est long.
Move on to the flower bed next to the stairs.
Ah, je vous jure. Faites pas un speech de 3
This
heures
looks
sur un
like
bout de
Pacific
truc.
Revival. Part of an archway, maybe. That's a pretty big piece to ship all this way.
So it must be important, even though it's no longer holding up a roof.
I guess its purpose has changed.
As can happen with people, too. Go ahead and choose a blue, Maddie.
Ah, il nous faut un speech pour juste un truc. Décrivez juste le truc, ça suffit. Je vous jure. Ah là 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 là. Bon, on va avancer.
Go ahead and choose a blue, Maddie.
On va voir ce qui nous attend derrière. Ah. Il est fermé.
Go ahead and choose a blue, Maddie. Go ahead and choose a blue, Maddie.
How about this one?
A solid choice. You walked an unsteady path to get here, and I think you've come in search of comfort, perhaps. or you wish to become part of something bigger than yourself. I'm making the lighting adjustments now. Ah, perfect timing. The room is fully compressed and we can go about setting oxygen levels.
Call me old-fashioned, but how about the traditional 21%?
Go ahead and seat yourself at the center of the pergola.
Je comprends rien ce qu'elle a dit. Bon. En tout cas, on va bientôt s'arrêter. Ah là, les amis, je pense, pour cette première partie. Ça va pas être des vidéos très longues, hein, moins d'1 heure normalement. Et normalement, ça devrait être bon.
Very good. Now, when you're ready, you can remove your helmet.
My helmet?
Of course. You can't sample the air I've prepared with it on.
And you're sure it's safe?
Your well-being is the most important thing, Addie. I'm certain it is safe.
Okay.
Now I want you to take a deep breath. A nice, deep no. I want you to take a slow, deep breath and hold it until I tell you to release. Wait until I say release.
Not very good at following simple instructions, are we? Perhaps it's because Addie realizes that none of this is important.
Deep, I'll tell you to release. I want you to hold it. I want you to hold it. Fill those marvelous lungs. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. And when you're ready, another deep breath in. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Very good, Addie. Feel all that built-up stress from your long journey here release into the ether.
Oh, please.
Shut out any negative energy and take in another life-nurturing breath. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Wonderful.
Even the station has a limited supply of oxygen.
Next, I want you to really open your body by reaching up toward the sky. Wonderful. How's that feel, Addie?
Kinda nice?
And we're almost done the calibration. For our last exercise, I will ask you to stand up.
Okay.
Now, once you're centered, you can hold your hands in a relaxed position in front of you. Now transfer your weight onto one foot. I want you to hold that for 10 seconds.
Okay.
What could this possibly have to do with oxygen levels?
It's about balancing.
Il nous fait du
Literal
yoga là.
balancing? Unbelievable.
Almost there. 3, 2, 1. And that's 10 seconds. Excellent, Addie. We've done great work here today. I've made note of these settings for the other parts of the station.
So we can move to the transit system now?
The door out is just up the stairs past the flowers.
Ok. Bon. Peut-être la porte est ouverte maintenant? Ouais.
I'll do my best to get the oxygen mix just right in the rest of the station. Just let me know if anything is not quite working for you.
You don't suspect Grace was shut down in a human conflict?
Maybe. Or you were abandoned over time.
Abandoned?
We've walked away from a lot of great things. Very cool.
These tracks move transport pods to other levels of this complex.
Let's see if we can get this thing working.
Ok. Bon les amis, on va s'arrêter là pour cette première partie de Return to Grace. J'espère que ça vous a plu. Likez, partagez, abonnez-vous et à la prochaine. Ciao, bye bye.